Negging. Ever gotten a compliment that felt more like a roast? Like, you look great for your age. Or, I don't usually date people like you, but hey, you're an exception. Bruh, that's not a compliment. That's a backhand slap wrapped in glitter. So, why do people do it? Because if they knock your confidence down a little, you'll start looking for their approval. It's a trick, popular in pickup artist culture, basically saying, if I can't shine, I'll just turn off your light. Here's the rule. Real compliments lift you up. If it makes you feel small, that's not flirting, it's negging. Social proof. Ever notice how if everyone's laughing, clapping, or buying, you probably do it too? That's not coincidence. That's social proof. It's when we copy what other people are doing because we think they must know what's right. Think about laugh tracks in old sitcoms. Even if the joke isn't funny, once you hear people laughing in the background, you're more likely to laugh. Why? Because your brain goes, oh, everyone else thinks it's funny, so I guess it is. Same thing happens online. You see a product with thousands of 5-star reviews, and boom, you trust it more. Not because you tested it, but because everyone else seems to love it. And it's not just shopping. Applause in a theater, likes on a post, even long lines outside a restaurant. Your brain assumes, if all these people are in, it must be good. Bottom line, we follow the crowd way more than we realize. Social proof doesn't mean it's actually better. It just means it looks better when everyone's watching. Authority bias. Which would you believe instantly? Number 1, a random dude on the street says, drink this green juice, it'll cure everything. Or number 2, a guy throws on a lab coat and glasses and says, ah yes, drink this kale spirulina detox blend, backed by science. Suddenly your brain's like, well, he does look like he knows food science. Plot twist. It's the exact same guy, but you trusted the second guy more, right? So why do we instantly trust people in lab coats? Because when someone looks like an authority, our brains just switch off. Instead of carefully thinking, do they really know what they're talking about? Our brain goes, they look smart. They must be right. Marketers use this all the time. Toothpaste ads claiming 9 out of 10 dentists. Which dentist? Todd from Craigslist? Bottom line, authority bias makes us obey the coat, not the facts. So next time someone flexes a title, uniform, or fancy degree, ask yourself, do they actually know their stuff? Or are they just cosplaying smart? Anchoring. Ever notice how slapping a huge price tag on something suddenly makes the discount look like a steal? Like a $500 jacket marked down to $200 feels like a win, right? But spoiler, it's the exact same jacket. The store just hacked your brain. Here's the trick. Once you saw $500, that number stuck in your head. So $200 feels cheap, even though it's still overpriced. That first number, that's your anchor. And yeah, you'll probably buy it thinking, wow, what a deal. When really, you just fell for a Jedi mind trick. It's not just shopping either. Anchoring sneaks into salary talks, house prices, even dating. First impressions set the bar, and your brain keeps comparing everything to that anchor. Bottom line, if something only looks good next to a crazy anchor, it's not a bargain. It's a brain trap. Framing. Would you rather eat 90% fat-free or 10% fat? Most people pick the first one. Sounds way healthier, right? But here's the plot twist. They're the exact same thing. One just sounds yummy, the other sounds gross. That's the trick. It's not about the numbers. It's about the frame. Your brain grabs onto the positive spin, and suddenly it feels like the better choice. Another example. Only 5% risk feels safe, until you realize that's the same as 1 in 20 chance of failure. Same math, totally different vibe, and it's not just ads. Politicians, news, even your friends do it. Change the frame, change the feeling. So next time something sounds too good, check the frame. Because sometimes it's not the fact that's changing, it's just the packaging. False choice. Do you want the 6-month plan or the 12-month plan? Notice something? There's no option for none. That's a false choice. It's when you're given 2 options, but both secretly push you toward the same outcome. It feels like you have control, but really, the decision was rigged from the start. Fast food menus pull this all the time. Do you want medium or large? Like, bro, what happened to small? Bottom line, if both options lead back to what they want, it's not a real choice. Remember, you can always pick none of the above. Reciprocity rule. Ever notice how free samples aren't really free? That's the reciprocity rule at work. When someone gives you something, even a tiny gift, like a cookie sample or a free trial, your brain feels this little pressure, like you owe them back. That's why stores hand out free snacks. You feel kind of guilty walking away, so you're more likely to buy the box. Free sample? Careful. Take one, and suddenly your wallet feels lighter. Door in the face. Ever had someone ask you for something huge, then quickly settle for something smaller? Congrats! You just got hit with the door in the face trick. It works like this. They start with a request so crazy you'll definitely say no. Then they back down and ask for something smaller. Suddenly, that second request feels reasonable, even though that's what they wanted all along. Like a fundraiser says, "Can you donate $500? You say no. Then they go, "Okay, what about $20? Now you feel kind of guilty for rejecting the first one, so $20 feels like a deal. Bottom line, when the first ask is extreme, the smaller one feels fair. That's not negotiation, that's psychology. Scarcity effect. You're scrolling on a store app, and suddenly the t-shirt you like says, "Only 2 left in stock." Instantly, your brain's like, "Bro, I need this, or I'll never be happy again." That's the scarcity effect. The less of something there is, the more your brain treats it like buried treasure, even if it's, I don't know, a purple toaster you'll never actually use. Marketers love this trick. Airlines scream, "Only 1 seat left at this price." Like, wow, out of thousands of seats, I magically found the last one. Yeah, sure, buddy. Bottom line, scarcity makes junk feel priceless. So before you panic buy, ask yourself, do I really need this? Or did my brain just fall for the last chance trap? Fear appeal effect. Remember growing up when your parents said, "If you don't study, you'll end up broke." Or your teacher warned, "If you fail this test, your life is over." Even friends play the same trick. "If you don't come with us, you'll regret it forever." It's all one strategy. Trigger fear, then offer a way out. That's the fear appeal effect. When we're scared, we act fast, even if it's not the smartest choice. That's why horror movies make us jump, why scary headlines spread faster than good news, and why fear is the favorite tool of anyone who wants control. So what's the rule? If someone is trying to scare you into doing something, pause. Ask yourself, is this fear real, or are they just using it to control me? Because fear makes logic disappear. And once you see the trick, you can't be fooled by it again.